Here we go. Cedric Ellis. I knew the Saints wanted to get one of the two big defensive tackles as well in this draft. I knew they really wanted Glenn Dorsey, but that was just not going to happen. So they trade up and get the next best thing. I do think very highly of Cedric Ellis. I would have gone Leotis McKelvin at this spot, but Ellis is a player as well, so solid pick. And now we got the Baltimore Ravens on the clock. I'm going to guess they go offensive lineman Ryan Clady. Possibly Brandon Albert, but I got Ryan Clady. So let's see how that goes. Holy crap, guys, we got a big trade cooking. Looks like Jacksonville just traded up to the 8th spot. And now that they're up there, I think they still might actually take Leotis McKelvin to replace Brian Williams, a cornerback who didn't really live up to expectations last year, or really the year before. Let's see, what else could they do? You know, I think they're a team without too many holes, but maybe they moved up here to take some kind of a defensive lineman. But then I look at the defensive lineman at this spot, I don't know what they would want. So I think their offensive line is pretty good. And looking at all the best available players right now, I see a lot of offensive linemen. So I do not feel this trade. But since they are here, I'm going to take a guess and say that they're going to take an offensive lineman. Maybe they feel they need some depth there, but I don't like this trade, guys. So let's see what Jacksonville does with it. And of course, you still got a guy like Philip Merling who could go, so maybe him. Big ups to the Saints for really ripping New England off in that trade. All New England got out of it was a 3rd rounder.
Hey, this is Jeremy Green from ESPN.
Sorry about that. Anyway, all the Saints had to give up was trade a 3rd rounder for a 5th rounder to move up those 3 spots to get the guy they really wanted. I love it. Great job on their part not giving up anything too big to move up those spots. And Jacksonville's still on the clock. Let's see what they do here. Okay, Jacksonville, make me proud. You know, with the exception of Matt Ryan and maybe Glenn Dorsey, I've liked every pick so far, so let's see what Jacksonville does here. Ooh. Derek Harvey, the defensive end out of Florida. I did think they needed a defensive end at this pick, but I don't know if Harvey was worth trading up that far. So maybe the Jaguars knew something I don't. I don't know about this pick right now. I agree it's what they needed, but at the same time, I don't think they had to trade up that much. So we'll see what they gave up in not too long, but Jacksonville, I don't know about y'all. Let's see what comes up with Cincinnati. Okay, just real quick here. It looks like Baltimore got 2 3rd-round picks and a 4th-round pick out of the trade with Jacksonville. So Jacksonville did have to give up quite a bit. But if they really wanted Derek Harvey, you know, it's an alright trade. But looking at what they gave up and what they got right now, gotta say, Jacksonville, I'm not feeling it. And looks like Cincy's going to make their pick any second here, so let's hold on for that. I think it's going to be Keith Rivers. All signs point to Keith, but we'll see. Okay, here we go with Cincinnati. Yeah, it's Keith Rivers. And looks like the Cincy draft room doesn't feel too strongly about it either way. Anyway, we got New England on the clock. If they take Leotis McKelvin, once again, they've outsmarted us all. But I gotta say, if they take Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, I am just gonna laugh because I don't think that guy is. I think he's barely a 1st rounder. If it wasn't for his brother, I honestly think he would be in the 3rd round. New England seems to like him, so we'll see what they do. But I do not see him as a top 10 guy at all. So let's see what happens. Okay, it's in, and they've taken inside linebacker Gerard Mayo. I did not see this coming. It's a decent pick. You know, he was rocketing up to the middle of the draft board in most people's mocks. And, you know, obviously with Brewski getting older and Seau possibly retiring and all their linebacker issues, they did need some new linebacking blood. I don't think it was the best pick for them. I think they could have taken McKelvin, but it's a alright pick, and that's your top 10. Moving on to Buffalo.